Good morning, everyone. My name is Kenneth and I am a student here at the University of Ghana. Today, I will be presenting my Microsoft 365 individual project on campus Wi-Fi and connectivity, an issue that affects every single student on this campus, including myself. Over the past 2 weeks, I investigated this problem using a real student survey, personal observation, and data analysis in Excel. What I am about to share is not opinion, it is evidence. Here is how today's presentation is structured. I will start by explaining the problem, then walk you through how I collected the evidence. I will then share three key findings from the data, followed by five practical recommendations. Let's get into it. We all know this feeling. You are trying to submit an assignment on Sakai, the deadline is close, and the Wi-Fi just will not connect, or it connects but loads so slowly it times out. One student I surveyed described it perfectly. My quote, every time I have not been able to submit assignments using Wi-Fi, always my data bundle. That one sentence is why I chose this topic. This is not a small inconvenience. It is a daily reality for students here. To investigate this properly, I used three sources of evidence. First, a five-question survey distributed via Google Forms on the 4th of April 2026. I collected 17 valid responses from fellow students, which exceeds the project requirement of at least 10. Second, a personal observation log where I tested Wi-Fi speed and signal at key campus locations myself. And third, second resources including the official UG website and published research on digital access in African university. All the data was cleaned and analyzed in Microsoft Excel, which you can see in the accompanying workbook submitted alongside the presentation. First finding is about speed. I asked every respondent to rate the campus Wi-Fi from 1 to 5. The average came back at just 2.5 out of 5. That is below the midpoint. Looking at the chart, more than half of respondents, 53%, gave a rating of just 1 or 2. Only 2 students out of 17 gave it a 5. This is not a few people having a bad day. This is consistent, campus-wide pattern of poor service. This is the most important finding. I asked students directly, has poor Wi-Fi ever caused you to miss or delay submitting an assignment? 88% said yes. That is 15 out of 17 students, nearly 9 in 10 at a university where all coursework is submitted digitally through Sakai. A failing Wi-Fi connection means failing deadlines. Students are losing marks through no fault of their own. That is not a convenience issue. This is an academic equity issue. The third finding is about money. Because campus Wi-Fi is so unreliable, students are being forced to spend their own personal income on mobile data just to do basic academic work. 94% of respondents said they spend money on mobile data because of poor campus Wi-Fi, and 82% said they do this regularly, not just occasionally. The university provides Wi-Fi as part of its infrastructure. When that infrastructure fails, students pay the price literally. This is an affordable financial burden on people who are already managing tight budgets. Based on evidence, I'm proposing five practical recommendations. 1. Upgrade the access points in the highest density zone, lecture halls, the library, and hostels. 2. Create a dedicated academic Wi-Fi channel with priority bandwidth specifically for Sakai and e-learning, separate from general browsing. 3. Introduce a student reporting system so connectivity problems can be flagged to the IT directorate in real time. 4. Publish a Wi-Fi coverage map on the UG website so students know where the best signal is. And 5, address the financial burden by exploring subsidized data bundles or telecom partnerships for students. These are not big dreams, they are practical steps the university can take now. Before I close, let me leave you with the four numbers that tells the whole story. 2.5 out of 5. How students rate our Wi-Fi speed. 88% students whose academic submissions have been affected. 94% students spending personal money on mobile data to cope. And 17, the real students behind every one of these figures. Fellow students at the university telling us clearly that something needs to change. To conclude, the evidence from this investigation is clear and consistent. Campus Wi-Fi at the University of Ghana is not meeting the standard that students need. It is affecting academic performance. It is creating financial pressure, and it is a problem that has a solution. The five recommendations I have outlined are achievable, affordable, and overdue. Students at the university deserve to be able to submit their work, access their resources, and engage fully with their education without worrying about whether the internet will hold. Thank you very much. I am happy to take any question.